Good evening. Birmingham Airport says it wants to build a second runway and new terminal, increasing passenger numbers from 9 million to 70 million a year.
Airport bosses, council leaders and business people say the region needs a bigger airport, not least to help Midlands businesses trade with the world. Well, our business correspondent Mark Goff joins us now. So this would be a huge development. Mark, where would it go?
Massive. Well, I wish I could tell you exactly where it could go. We've got a wee map which hopefully would help us. Left-hand side, current airports, terminal and runway, M42 in the middle. The little triangle just to the right of the M42. Now that's where HS2 is going to cut right through there, and that's where the HS2 station will be if that's ever approved. So where will the runway go? Well, it could go around about there. Now the airport says that's a lot of brownfield land, it's very sparsely populated. But as I say, it's a really sparse plan, this. I mean, don't take this as read. This is just a vision of what the airport believes could happen. The planes leaving Birmingham Airport today were flying over what will be an extension to the current runway. Now it wants a second. The UK needs more airport capacity. Today the airport boss, business leaders and councillors began the campaign to ensure Birmingham, not London, gets the big airport. So why does Birmingham need a second runway? Well, more and more of us are flying. More West Midlands businesses are trading with the rest of the world. And Birmingham is losing passengers to Heathrow. This map issued by the airport shows the current runway on the left, the new one on the right, but it's short on detail. All the airport will say is that it could go on sparsely populated land to the east of the M42 to dovetail with HS2 and the HS2 station, which will be near the hamlet of Little Packington. So people living to the east of the M42 today are going to be thinking, are they going to tarmac over my house?
There are very few people that actually live in that area. That's one of the advantages of that, why we've looked there. If we look at the westerly scheme, there were just so many people living around that westerly runway that it wouldn't have made sense. I don't know why government originally chose it after 3 years worth of work.
So what's the business case?
£55 billion of exports in manufactured goods, aerospace, automotive and the like. A number of those are going through Birmingham Airport, but a significant number are going out through Heathrow and out through Manchester and other airports.
So why Birmingham and not London?
Boris Johnson is very clear, no expansion at Heathrow. And he's been quite right to ask the difficult questions, well, what do we do next? And he's come up with a proposal, which is the Boris Island proposal, or Stansted. And what we're saying is, well, that's fine, but actually Birmingham can do more.
So what about the environment?
We've looked at this and said there are options there on brownfield sites, and if you look to the north and south, there are very few houses.
While the kind of new development might be further away from population centres, it will still cause kind of have environmental noise and kind of air pollution impacts.
So what are the chances of it going ahead?
It's just the tens of billions of pounds of investment to pay for it, and on top of that, persuading the airlines to uproot all their existing operations, which are concentrated around London, and say, hey, move to the Midlands.
Mighty ambitious plan this is, Mark. What's the time frame?
They're looking at the airport capacity from 2030 onwards, but initially what will happen is this idea will go to the Airports Commission, which is asking the whole country really, what do we do about increasing our airport capacity? They might go on a short list. That will be decided in December. That's when the real work starts, if it happens, of course. Of course, the trigger for this has been HS2, because now they said HS2 running along there. Why don't we build our terminal and the runway to coincide with the HS2 station? Without that, it wouldn't have happened.
Thanks, Mark.
OK, well, thanks very much, Mark. Thank you for that.